Finally, it was Easter Monday morning. Austin and Renie were getting ready to bid his parents farewell for the holiday spent with them. Renie woke up that morning reflecting on the events of the last few days. Quite exciting. She felt a wave of gratitude in her heart to God for the warmth and favors received from Austin's parents, especially his mom. She remembered the words of a wise elderly woman who said, "If you want to know if a man will truly care for you in marriage, check out the way he treats his mother and sisters." Renie watched Austin closely during the visit, and she observed a strong bond of love, tenderness, and care that he shares with his mom and sisters. She was impressed with the looks, expressions, and the kind words they speak to one another. She tried not to be jealous anyway, because the strong bond of love within the family is an indication that she will enjoy a smooth ride in his relationship with Austin too. She was moved to tears when Mrs. Lawson gave her a beaded necklace and a warm embrace just as they were about leaving. She held her for a while and prayed for me. This can only be God. Anyway, they finally left and the journey home was very smooth. Renie was about alighting from the car when Austin reminded her of an outing scheduled for the weekend. "Renie, do you remember that my colleague I told you will be getting married?" "Yes," she replied. "The guy you said the company is organizing a bachelor's party for?" "You are right. The party is this weekend. I'll pick you up Saturday evening by 6. "Okay, no problem. Anything for the girl?" "Meaning?" Austin asked. "Well, I was thinking you will at least give me some money to do some shopping." "But I just gave you some money last week before we visited my parents." "I know. Maybe you should just give me money to make my hair then." Renie, don't worry. In a few months' time, I know I will start reaping the fruits of my labor." "I hear. At least before then, let me eat your money too. Remind me tomorrow morning, I'll credit your account." "Thanks, dear. I will." It's Saturday morning. Renie woke up with a lot on her mind. She was busy thinking about the most suitable appearance for the outing and was also in a way feeling on the edge as if something is about to go wrong. Could it be because it's my first appearance with Austin on an official duty? His company has a legacy of organizing special bachelor's party for any of their male staff getting married. Well, a good number of them were employed young as bachelors and would have worked like crazy for the organization before they even think of marriage. Those guys deserve it, Jerry. After all, they have paid their dues for all those first-class air tickets, 5-star hotels, wardrobe allowances, best rides, bonuses. I'm just praying that Austin's workload will not get in the way of our wedding plans. I beg, I want to marry Joe. Abi, for how long am I going to wait? By 6:05 p.m., Austin was around to pick Renie at home. She had eventually concluded on wearing something simple and comfortable. It's just an evening event, no long thing. On their way, she observed Austin has been quiet. He only responded once or twice to her conversations. And even for about 20 minutes, there had been a silence except for the stereo that was playing in the car. What could have happened? Renie pondered. "Sweetheart, what's going on? Is anything bothering you?" she asked. Austin paused for a while and said, "Nothing. Everything is okay." "Are you sure?" she asked again. "Don't bother yourself," he said. "I'll be fine." They eventually arrive at the event. The traffic on the way was light, otherwise they would have arrived late. The venue is a popular social club on the island. Come and see company guys with their assorted babes. Sure, Austin wouldn't have attended if not that it was an official duty. Besides, the guy getting married happened to be his right-hand colleague at work, and he has been mandated to give the toast at the event. Right from the entrance, Austin started exchanging greetings with friends and colleagues. Too many introductions and handshakes. "Meet my babe," Austin introduced Renie to everyone they met. She never knew he's this popular. She managed to plaster a plastic smile on her face and was very happy when they finally got to their VIP seat. They had barely settled down when a couple of strange-looking guys started coming to the table to greet Austin. They would excuse him off the table to talk to him at one side. First time, second time. After the third time, Renie got curious and was ready to ask Austin some serious questions. "Austin, what's going on? I don't understand. Why are your friends excusing you from the table? Can't they talk in my presence or what? She queried. Austin took a long breath and said, Renie, calm down. I will explain everything to you. Tell me now, what exactly is going on? She insisted. Renie, I'm going to tell you some things now. I don't want you to panic. Don't look around. Just focus on me.
Renie locked her gaze on Austin, ready to hear what he would say. Apart from my colleagues at work, most of the guys seated here are cult guys I had dealt with back then on campus, and they are mostly from rival gangs. Renie got frozen on her seat. She felt so scared. Calm down, Austin whispered. But how are you sure they are still in cult? She asked. Hush, Austin cautioned. Lower your voice. I have spotted the bracelets they wore on their left wrists. Same thing. So who are these guys coming to talk to you? They are few of my friends, back then on campus. We were in the same cult group. Their conversation was interrupted again by a guy who came to talk with Austin. He wanted to excuse him from the table, but Austin insisted that he should feel free to talk. Don't worry, she's my babe, Austin said. So what's the situation like? Renie looked away as if she wasn't interested in their conversation. My guy, these people are prepared for a showdown tonight, Dino started. And we have already called for reinforcement too. Some of our guys are on their way for backup. By the way, how did they know that I will be here tonight? Austin asked. Capo, informant's day now, Dino said. Dino, it's Austin, he cuts in. Whatever, they have been trailing you for like 5 years now. These guys are on a revenge mission. Didn't you hear about what they did to Lamy last year? Dino asked. Yes, at the club, Austin replied. I remember. At this point, Renie's eyes widened. She looked towards Austin in panic. She remembered he once told her about one of his former cult members who was murdered in cold blood at a clubhouse in Lagos a couple of years back. The guy went to relax after work one Friday night, but unfortunately met guys from a rival cult group. They recognized one another and, seeing he was alone, attacked and stabbed him to death. At this point, Renie was indeed afraid. What is going to happen to Austin? What is going to happen to us? She thought to herself. You know the parole, boss, Dino continued. Never walk alone if you want to leave. Let it be when there's a movement. If they strike tonight, we will fight back. One love, bro, he concluded. Thanks, man. I'll be in touch. Austin shook his hand as he took his leave. What's going to happen to us, Austin? I'm scared. Can't we call the police? Renie asked. Renie, relax. Just relax. We'll be fine, he said. Few minutes after, Austin was called up to the podium to give the toast. Renie looked so scared and wished she could follow him. Austin gave her an assuring look before he stood up. She couldn't even listen to the toast he gave. Her eyes were on the fierce-looking guys at the event, and she kept imagining what their real faces looked like behind the shades. She was a bit relieved when Austin returned to the table. Renie, we're leaving now, he said. What? But your friends said we shouldn't walk alone, that we should wait till there's a movement. The party isn't over yet. What if they attack us? She queried. And you expect me to rely on that? He asked. For God's sake, I left the cult 10 years back. What if this is all a conspiracy? Renie was confused. She didn't know what to believe anymore. It was very clear they would need God's help to get out of the party unhurt. Lord, please help us, she silently prayed. Renie, Austin called, holding her hands. Just listen to me. We'll be fine, he assured. How, Austin, how? I'm so scared. Calm down. Can you see that exit door on the left? If you go out through that door, it leads to where we parked. Take the car keys. Thank God you can drive. Am I leaving alone? What about you? She asked. We're leaving together. Just that the moment I stop to exchange greetings with some of my colleagues across the table, make sure you find your way out of that door. Please, Renie, don't wait for me. I need you to be safe. But sweetheart, what's going to happen to you? I can't leave this place without you. Don't worry. Just be safe. Wait for me in the car. But what? Renie quickly cuts in. Never mind. Let's go, he said, holding her hands as they stood. As expected, all eyes were on them. Sure, many of them would be surprised they were leaving too soon because the event just started. Austin stopped across a table to inform some of his colleagues they are leaving. He released Renie's hand and she stylishly walked away towards the exit door. Renie was somehow relieved when she got out to the car park, but her relief was little-lived when she thought of Austin.
She looked back and through the windows, she could see him walking towards the cult guys. Gosh, what on earth is he doing? Is he going to fight with them? Renie muttered to herself. She watched in amazement as he stretched out a handshake to each of those guys one after the other. She could see surprises boldly written on all of their faces, but reluctantly, they all shook hands with him one by one and exchanged greetings. As Austin was about to walk away, two guys walked towards him and all of a sudden, the light went off. What? Renie's heart raced. What happened?
She heard some movement and rushed down to the car and entered frightened. Some seconds after, the light was restored. She looked around for Austin in the hall, but he was no longer there. What do I do? Should I call his dad? Renie was about dialing the line when she looked up to see Austin walking towards the car with two guys who stopped a few meters behind him as he approached the car. The engine was already on, one of the things Austin taught her to do whenever she's waiting for him in the car, and immediately he entered without saying a word. He drove out. He waved at the guys and sped off down the lonely road. Austin drove with fury. Renie threw a couple of glances at him to caution him while wondering what was going on in his mind. By the time they got to the main road, he slowed down and spoke calmly. Renie, I apologize for everything that happened over there. I didn't plan to drag you into my past, but it just happened, he said. For like a month now, I have been having these terrible dreams of horror and darkness about my past. I have prayed about it so many times, but I still carried this heavy burden in my heart. However, tonight, as I approached those guys to shake their hands and walked out of those doors, I felt a heavy burden lifted off my shoulders. I owe them nothing, he said. Renie, I'm sorry. I apologize for bringing you into all these. Austin stretched out his hand to hold hers. Please, Renie stopped him. Just take me home.